Hello guys, so today I decided to share with you my Gishki Atlantean decklist, and yeah, let's get into it. So, first of all, I'm playing triple Ice Jade Agerine Run. This card is super powerful. It is a level 7 tuner that special summons a level 3 water token. You are locked. Also, keep in mind that the token is not mandatory to summon, of course. And after you summon her, you can also summon that token, but you have to only special summon water monsters while that token is face up on the field. You can link that token off, you can actually use it for a level 10 water synchro, you can do a whole lot with it, but we'll see how that works. Also, the fact that she provides a water token means that because you're not locked into synchros like in the Sword Soul archetype, you can actually link those two off for an anemone, for an abyss keeper, and whatsoever. This means that, for example, if you discard something to special summon run and you also special summon the token, you can go into a Peacekeeper and actually special summon a Gishki Grimness from your hand to actually start your plays without even normal summoning. Or you could, if you didn't have one more water, you could actually discard the Grimness, special summon Anemone using the Agerine and the token, and that way you could revive the Grimness and once again start your plays that way. Yeah, she's pretty great, but there's also a lot of more things you can do. She also, since she can access Anemone so easily, you can make Zylantis plays very effectively, and we all love Zylantis. I think he's one of the best cards, best water cards ever, and best cards ever. But yeah, I think sometime in the near future he's going to get banned by some weird FTK shenanigans, but we'll see. Then for our Gishkis, we are playing double Gishki Nere Manas. This card I've explained a lot in my channel, so yeah, it's a monster negate that shuffles back. It cannot be destroyed by battle from exotic monsters. It is a monster reborn for any water. Also, another cute synergy is that if you use Run to special summon the token and go into Changing or Gimir, you can actually use Aqua Mirror, tribute the Agerine, because they are level 10, special summon the Nere Manas, and Nere Manas can instantly revive back said synchro or whatever. Yeah, this is cute. Now for our other Gishki monsters, we are obviously playing triple Gishki Shadow. He's our Ritual Spell Searcher. He's also a level 4 Sea Serpent, which comes in handy very oftenly. Yeah, we also play the 2 Vision. We play 2 Vision because having a lot of Nere Manas in our hands isn't always the most optimal. Yeah, he's pretty decent. Also a level 2, which may come in handy. Of course, we are playing the 2 Grimness. 3 is kind of cloggy. He is not the best card in the deck. He's susceptible to hand traps and also locks your battle phase into only attacking with ritual monsters. But he's a very good starter, to be honest. You kind of want to see him in your hand. Also, to Abyss, probably the most broken card of this deck. This card says that whenever it is summoned, you add 1 Gishki monster. So, whether it is summoned by Grimness, whether it is summoned by Anemone, whether it is summoned by Abyss Keeper, whether it is summoned by Zylantis, because, for example, you could have 2 Abyss on the field and Zylantis. That would be very rare, but let's say this happens. You can use Zylantis effect, banish every card, re-special summon it, and you get 2 Abyss Searches, for example. Also Nere Manas can revive it. You have a lot of ways to constantly use this card's effect, but yeah, he's awesome. Now for the Atlantean cards, we are honorary Atlantean cards. We are playing 3 Deep Sea Diva, the best starter of the deck. You really want to open it. She's not as important in this version because you actually have a lot more non-linear plays without her. Then for hand trap protection, we have the double minstrel. I'm trying to try 3 of them, but I don't know, it always gets so bricky for me. 2 is enough. If you open her and dragoons, for example, you can discard her and dragoons, or whatever else for that matter, and look at your opponent's hand and snipe a hand trap, hopefully draw from their hand, for you to actually keep playing. Then we are playing, or start playing, and not keep playing. But yeah, we are playing the 2 Neptabis. 3 is kind of meh, because we are not running that high of an Atlantean count, so he's not always live as well. In the start, he's always live. I mean in the grinding game, yeah. He's also kind of the most reliable starter in terms of the fact that Imperm and Ash Blossom don't really hurt him because he sends for cost. So he sends dragoons for cost, and you try to add the dragoons. If they Ash Blossom or Imperm Neptabis, then okay, you won't get that dragoons, but the dragoons you send to the grave will activate and search you something else. Also keep in mind that even if they impermed him on summon or something, you can still activate to actually send cost and search with the dragoons. And also, this is one of the reasons I want to play 1 infantry, because, for example, if the opponent has skill drain, I can just normal summon Neptabis. They're like, okay, he has no effect. Then you activate its effect to send for cost an infantry, and infantry pops the skill drain. But I have it in the side most of the time. Now we have the 3 Atlantean Dragoons, one of the best cards of the deck as well. You get to proc him so many times, in so many ways. Now we also run the 2 Swap Frogs. This is nice to actually go into a swap frog, a second swap frog during your Diva or Grimness combos, but it also is kind of nice for extension because you can like discard something special summoning, and you could either that way have another level 2 to go into a Hashima or whatever else, or another water to go into Anemone, or another water to go into a Beastkeeper. Yeah, it's decent overall. Don't love it. You could run instead of these. You could drop one of the toads from the extra and actually play Click and Echo. And yeah, the only problem is that Click and Echo is almost always a brick in your hand. Almost, not always. With Run, it's a decent discard fodder, but other than that, yeah. But Click and Echo also can make your boards kind of super powerful, because if you don't know what Click and Echo says, it's a level 2 water monster that says that when it is linked, used as link material, you can special summon to the opponent's side of the field, and while the opponent controls Click and Echo, they have to reveal their hand. So you actually see their hand and can plan your negates and interactions and interruptions much better, of course. And last Sea Serpent card, we are obviously running the 1 Mulling Glacier. This card is very toxic. You discard 2 cards from the opponent's hand, and we love it. Now for some hand drops, we are playing triple Ash Blossom. For obvious reasons, this hurts so many decks. We are playing double Droll. We hate Droll as well, but we have to play it too because other decks hate it as well. And 2 Imperm. So I run this as 2-offs. I would love to run them as 3-offs, but the deck doesn't have that much space for non-engine, and it also is not capable of having so much non-engine clogging up your combo-oriented hands. Also, for going second, we do run the triple book, because this card is actually super useful for your combos actually going off. For example, if you normal summon your diva and they try to imperm it or veiler it, you can just chain Book of Moon, set her, and you can still get your Neptavis back to the field. Or the same goes for Grimness and Abyss. The only bad thing is that you can't link this set card off or whatever, so it technically locks one of your zones. But the good thing with Grimness, and actually all of them, but Grimness is the best example, is that you can actually tribute it with Aqua Mirror. So if you set Grimness, you can still tribute this, and, you know, ritual summon Manas that way. And also we are playing the one cold buy and the one crossout. I kind of want to run 2 crossouts, but it's kind of tough to make the deck count manageable. We have these 2 just for draw mostly, but they also help with Ash Blossom, Imperms, whatever else. Book of Moons as well, because Book of Moon can hurt a lot, and we also run Book of Moon, so might as well. And lastly, for our engine spells, we are playing the 2 mirrors, Photo Mirror and Aqua Mirror. These are must-haves at this point. We run the double Focused Aqua Mirror and the 1 Deep Sea Area. So, that's it for the main deck, and we'll see maybe how it works a little better after some test hands later. Now let's get into the extra deck. So, for our Link monsters, we are playing the must of 1 Zilantis. This card has won me so many games, it's absolutely insane. Especially, it's especially funny because sometimes the co-linked aspect of this card is not live in this deck, but you can maybe go into the Zilantis with, let's say, Agerine Run, special summon her and the token, you go into Anemone, you then Anemone revives one of them, and let's say you normal summon an Abyss, search a Shadow, you can go into the Zilantis, activate Zilantis effect, banish the entire board, and then when he's back, you have a Shadow in your hand. So if you had the Vision as well, you can make Nerei Manas and special summon Nerei Manas and revive the Anemone co-linked to the Zilantis. And that way you actually have 2 pops as well during your battle phase. By the way, if you don't know this, I should probably explain it a little better. Zilantis says that you can, let's focus, you can control only 1, but you can banish all monsters on the field and then special summon as many monsters as possible that were banished by this effect to their owner's field. So what happens here is that when you activate this effect, if you already are waterlogged by, let's say, Anemone, then you personally cannot special summon non-water monsters. So, because Zilantis states that you special summon the monsters to your opponent's side of the field as well, that means that the opponent won't get any of their non-water monsters back. So, you technically broke the entire board and are left with this combo I said, for example, into this board to actually attack. And you also, once again, have 2 pops with Zilantis, because he says that during the battle phase, if he is co-linked, you can actually pop cards equal to the co-link monsters face up on the field. Face up, of course. Yeah. Right. So, as I said, Zealantis and Anemone are definite musts. I kind of want to run more than one of those. Also, Ahashima, he's kind of neat. He lets us go into our Bahamut plays and stuff. Abyss Keeper is awesome for extension. I really love this card. Kind of wish I could run two as well. And he's also very nice because he can also board break. Many people forget about that. He says that you can banish a fish monster that a face-up water monster. I don't think it says that it has to point to it. Yep, and you can banish one card your opponent controls. So you can summon Abyss Keeper, activate his effect to special summon the Abyss or Grimness. Grimness special summons Abyss, and you can banish one of them, and also board break. Well, I think it was very self-explanatory. I don't know why I keep explaining this, but yeah. Now for the synchros. So I decided to actually go into a heavier synchro count instead of link count. But another card you could run is Wanapalooza. Right now I'm focusing so much on Zealantis board breaking, so it seems like I don't really need Appaloosa. And during my turn 1 end boards, I tend to go into Gimir, Nerimanas, Toad, and stuff like that. So yeah, you definitely can and maybe should run the Appaloosa as well, though. You can also check some of my 1-card combos and 2-card combos in my channel from past videos. Now for the synchros, we run the Baron. Baron is nice to have because you can actually make it with Mulling Glacia and revived, what is it called? Diva. It's kind of situational, but if you can make it, you might as well. Now you are also running the 1 Gimir. This card is awesome. It protects your board, it banishes, it's insane. I really love it, and it's free with run. And 1 Chenging. Now Chenging, I don't feel like it is necessary, but I kept him in the deck while I was playing the 2 crossouts and 1 cold buy, and because of the crossouts he was live so often, so I decided to keep him. But right now with 1 crossout you could maybe remove him, but he's insane. Also, if you actually manage to special summon both run and Chenging, this is also a very nice combo. And of course the 1 Dragite, because the Dragite is insane. You can make it with run and Neptabyss. Also, all these 3 are waters, so you don't have a problem summoning them while you have the token face up on the field, the Adrian Run token. Yeah. Also, we are playing the 2 Goyo Defenders. As always, these are the cards that actually let us go into our 1-card Diva combo. Lately, I haven't been summoning these guys so often because I tend to actually make a lot more elaborate combos with my entire hand, but I kind of feel like they are necessary. Like if you just open the Diva, you have to have a plan B. And now for our XYZs, we are of course playing the Double Toad, the Bahamut Shark, and the Gigantic Sprite. So, I think that we should get into some combos now. Test hands, I mean, but also combos, yeah. So, see you. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. So, let's get into some test hands. First test hand. Abyss, Grimness, Moulin, Swap, and Vision. Right, so this is a pretty good hand because first of all, this is a very hard deck to actually explain. The first thing I would personally do would be normal summon my Abyss. And why is that? If they do have an Ash Blossom or an Imperm, I can actually use Swap Frog, discarding the Moulin, and I can special summon the Swap Frog. Won't use the effect of Swap Frog here, but you can link these two off and go into an Abyss Keeper. Abyss Keeper then would let you actually special summon your Grimness, and Grimness would activate its effect to special summon from your deck another Abyss. Abyss's effect would activate here, and this would search you where is it? Shadow. Now, you could discard Shadow and Vision. Obviously, this hand loses to draw for obvious reasons. Yeah, but we get Nerei Manas and our Photo Mirror. And here, you can once again activate Photo Mirror, special summon Nerei Manas. They once again went for this, and special summon Abyss, and Abyss will search you another Gishki Shadow. Right, so what we accomplished here is that we have a level 4 water in hand and a level 4 water in grave, and monsters with the same level from our field. So we can actually link off the two Abysses and go into our Bujinki Ahasima. Now, Ahasima activates its effect. Sorry, trying to make the zones fit here. I'll actually do it here. So Nerei Manas is here, Grimness is here, and right, Ahasima is here. So I can special summon the Shadow from my hand and the Shadow from my grave to go into a Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark's effect activates, we detach the Shadow, and we special summon a Toad. And that way we can actually overlay these two into our Gigantic, link of Bahamut and the Grimness for our Anemone. And then Gigantic will activate its effect to special summon us our second Swap Frog, and this is the reason we didn't use the Swap Frog effect at the start. And then Anemone revives the other Swap Frog. That way we can overlay and make another Swap Frog through an interruption. So the only thing with this combo is that there's no follow-up in our hand right now, but keep in mind that even if they break our board or something, we will get two adds from the grave with Toad, and if we negate with Nerei Manas, we'll also get our Nerei Manas back to our hand. So it's not that bad. But let's also try this hand without an interruption. So now let's do the same thing, but as if the opponent didn't have an interruption. I don't know why I did this the wrong way. I should probably do it without interruption and yeah. But I'll also commit to the same thing I did before, normal summoning the Abyss. I personally think this is the safer play right here, but if you disagree and see some other line, you can of course inform me. So if they don't have an interruption for Abyss, we can actually get to searching our Gishki Shadow here. Here we can also activate Gishki Shadow and Gishki Vision effects to actually search our Nerei Manas and our photo mirror. Now we can actually use the photo mirror, pay some life points, special summon the Nerei Manas, and Nerei Manas' effect will actually special summon our vision back to the field. Now we can link these two off to go into an Abyss Keeper. Keeper's effect will let us special summon our Gishki Grimness. And Grimness' effect will once again special summon our where is it? Sorry, Gishki Abyss. Abyss effect will also search us another shadow. Right now we have 3 Waters in Grave, but we are going to link these two off to go into our Ahashima. And Ahashima's effect special summons our 2 shadows from the grave to actually make our Bahamut. Bahamut will detach for our Toad. And right now we actually have exactly 5 Waters in Grave. Sorry for the camera not focusing. Yeah, exactly 5. So here we can actually drop our Mulin Glacier to reap 2 cards from our opponent's hand. If we didn't want to do that, we would be able to actually do the same play we did before and discard Mulin Glacier to summon our Swap Frog, make Gigantic with these 2, make Anemone with these 2, and do the same play we did before. But I think I would rather Mulin the opponent right here. Because I would also have more cards in hand, and yeah, Mulin kind of is like an Omni-Negate, a double Omni-Negate, unless they are playing Dark World, which I wish to no one. I mean, not playing Dark World, I mean, I wish to no one using Mulin on a Dark World deck. But it can happen. So, let's get into another test hand. So, let's get into our next test hand. Let's shuffle hard. What? Yeah, okay. Let's cut. And let's see. Troll, Book, Ash Blossom, Agerine, and Neptabis. Ooh, this is pretty nice. So, going second, this hand is insane, because also we would draw a Gishki Vision. Nice. But let's see what we could do with this hand in general. So, first of all, we would normal summon our Neptabis, of course, and Neptabis' effect would send Dragoons to the grave to add us a second Dragoons. Then the Dragoons from the grave activates and it will get us a Gishki Shadow. Now we can actually use Run's effect, discarding the Dragoons to special summon the Run as well as a token, and Dragoon's effect activates and we get our Gishki Vision. So right here you can actually do several different things. You could either just go into Dragite with these 2. You could either go into Gimir or Chenging using the token and the Agerine Run. You could maybe, well, this kind of depends on the matchup. So let's just commit to one of those options. I'll use these 2. To go into my Gimir. And now the thing is that you actually have 2 more options right here. You can either discard Gishki Shadow to get Photo Mirror or Aqua Mirror, and this changes the play quite significantly because you can, of course, with Vision you get the Neri Manas. So if you don't want, for some reason, to pay the life points, let's say they're, I don't know, they have a burn deck or something, you can actually use Aqua Mirror to tribute the Adrian Run and special summon the Neri Manas, and Neri Manas can either revive the Adrian Run or revive our Adrian. No, sorry, I meant revive the Gimir or revive the Run, sorry about that, and go into a Dragite. So, what this would mean would be that we have the Spell Trap negate, the Monster negate, we have the 3 non-engine cards in hand, and we also could very easily have Gimir as a possible interruption, because she also states, it's something a lot of people forget, I think, that if a card is banished by your opponent's card effect while this card is in the graveyard, you can special summon it. So this could be a nice way to have another secret interruption. But if you are willing to pay the life points, we could do the following. So we were here, and we could actually get our photo mirror. So this means that, sorry, here we were, right? We can actually just special summon the photo mirror, special summon the photo mirror, right? Special summon the Neri Manas, and Neri Manas can actually revive our Adrian Run. Now Run can synchro into the Dragite alongside the Neptabis. So we have right here 1 monster negate and removal. Adrian protects all of our monsters and also banishes a card as well if we want to. Dragite is a spell trap negate. We have a very powerful Book of Moon, a very powerful Ash, and a very powerful Droll and Lockbird. Like, I think that this hand is actually awesome and very cool. So now let's get into another combo, another test hand, sorry about that. So let's shuffle. Probably going to be our last combo here. Test hand, I meant. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying combo this entire video. Right, let's also cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right. Once again, this hand doesn't have protection against draw, but let's be honest, the opponent doesn't have draw every time, hopefully at least. Yeah, so let's see what we could do with this hand. Yeah, here we can actually normal summon the Neptabis. I feel like this would be the thing I would be most comfortable doing. We normal summon the Neptabis, then use its effect. We send Dragoons from our deck to the grave, and we attempt to add one. Here we can add Dragoons again. At this point, the opponent has a choice to actually, of course, draw. If they draw, it's not the worst thing ever, because we can actually at least end up with, by discarding these two, maybe end up with a Gimir as well as a draw. I mean, we have 2 interruptions, and draw is a lingering floodgate that can carry any game, frankly. So it's not that horrible. But let's say the opponent doesn't have the draw here. So we are searching with Dragoons, and we are getting our Mooling Glacier here. So Here you can actually use Run's effect, special summon her by discarding the Dragoons. Dragoon's effect once again can search us our Gishki Shadow. Shadow we will discard to grab our photo mirror. If we find it, okay, we found it. Then focused aqua mirror can search our here we could either go straight into the Neri Manas, but because we have 3 waters in grave right now, actually forgot the token for run, sorry about that. We can actually get our vision first, then synchro summon using these two. Oh no, why did I use Dragite as a token? Anyway, and after discarding the vision to get our Neri Manas, we'll have 5 waters in grave. So we can get our Neri Manas, we can drop our Mooling Glacier, discard 2 cards from our opponent's hand, and here we can actually use our photo mirror to special summon our Neri Manas, and Neri Manas can revive our Run. Run synchro summoning with Neptabis can grab us our Dragite, and here we have a very decent end board. Spell Trap negate, we ripped 2 cards, a monster negate with removal by Aegerin, Gimir and protection, and we also have a very powerful draw. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't really, I mean, the test hunt's weren't that much of a mess, but if they were, please let me know. And also comment if you would like for me to make more test hunt videos and stuff like that. Sorry for striving away from the Gishkis a little bit lately, but Droll is kind of a horrible card for this deck, and it sucks the joy out of the deck a little bit. So, thank you for watching, and see you another time. Bye!